What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Breakdown channel, apparently. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever y'all are in this country. Yeah, wherever y'all are in the country right now. I am broken down in Montana with another trailer issue. This is my third trailer this week. What's going on, Heathens Trucking? Good to see you, man. This is my third issue this week. I guess y'all don't need to see my phone sitting right here. Or my wallet. And I at this point is like, like what do you do, right? So first of all, the truck is fine for anybody wondering. But this is the third trailer. So in total, in the past, today is Monday. In the past 6 days, I've had 7 breakdowns total. All trailer related, but I've had 7 total breakdowns. So the first 4 was with one trailer. Then the second trailer I picked up had 1 breakdown with them. And then my current trailer, I'm on breakdown number 2 with this one. And this one is sit until further notice until we can get your part. So I'm sitting here in Montana for now. So it's been a week for sure. It has definitely been a week. What's going on, Robert? I'm glad you were able to make it, man. It's definitely a series of unfortunate events there, Trucker John, for real. So no, RN, 3 separate trailers. So the first trailer, the first 4 breakdowns with the first trailer was a 215 series trailer. The second trailer that broke down, well, technically it wasn't a breakdown. The inside of it, the inside of that second trailer was a 172 trailer. Basically the entire inside was basically destroyed. The chute was hanging down, was torn down. There was damage to the sidewall. So I basically had to take that TA to get it fixed. And then this trailer, I picked it up. Brake lights weren't working. The trailer was overweight. Got the brake lights fixed. Trailer's still overweight. And now my airbag blew in the middle of me walking back from the bathroom in the truck stop. Like literally walking to the truck, and I literally watched it blow up. So I'm like, imagine if we were driving, you know what I mean? But so those are the 3 issues I'm dealing with right now. I don't know what it is with the trailers right now. And you know what? I was talking with my co-driver and I was talking with my fleet manager earlier. I'm like, I have never dealt with this many issues my entire time at Prime, but I'm literally having to deal with all these issues at the same time. Like, just happens to be 6 days. It feels like one trailer. Like if I just had an issue with one trailer, I would be a little bit more okay-ish. You know what I mean? But 3 trailers total. Like what are the odds of that? Sorry, I need to actually pull up my YouTube on a different website or webpage. But I mean, that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now, because it's like, like what do you do? All right, gotta like, what do you at this point, like, what do you even do? You just kind of like have to deal with what you got going on, and like right now we can't do anything but wait for the part to come in. So can y'all hear me? I just see someone obviously y'all can't because y'all are talking to me. Let's see. I'm not sure what's going on, Brad, with you. John St. Clair, good to see you, man. What's going on? Barry, I have these trailers, there's just so many things that I can say that it's still not right for me to say, you know what I mean? Like, could I come on here and be like, you know what? All these Prime trailers are crap, you know what I mean? But that's not the case. Like 2 years of literally, just basically, like normal breakdown stuff with trailers, like blown tires, it's small stuff like that. I've never had any real serious issues with trailers until this week. So I can't even come on here and say that Prime doesn't take care of their trailers. But these 3 trailers in particular, I got nothing. Like I've got no nothing to say about that at all. Like I just kind of have to deal with it as it comes, I suppose. Let's see. And I don't have my glasses. I need to go get those. I hate when the back blows. Feels like I'm back in Los Angeles. Yeah, for real. You aren't living right. You know what? Like, it's something going. I think I just had bad karma. You know what? I think I know what it is, because on Facebook recently, I've probably gotten out of character maybe like twice recently on Facebook, in our Facebook groups, and I think this is just bad karma, like paying me back. Like I need to not, you know, not be myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to get back to being my normal self. So this is probably bad karma that I built up from telling people that they're stupid. That's basically what it is. Any breakdown pay at this present moment, we are not sure. So I haven't heard anything about breakdown pay. We've had to cancel our appointment. Our appointment was tomorrow morning. Like this was like a 2,600 mile trip. We did 2,000 of it. We're literally 600 miles away, and breaks down. So our appointment was for tomorrow morning. Not gonna make that. So we had to cancel our appointment. Unfortunately for me, I got with dispatch and road assist. Like this literally happened 30 minutes before the daytime people went home. And so I'm kind of just having to, you know, kind of sit. You know, the repair shop came out and plugged the airbag that was blown. So that way, it won't be leaking air or anything. But they don't have a replacement airbag, and they're trying to get one shipped to us. And we aren't entirely sure when that's going to happen. Now, he did call me, and he's like, he mentioned tomorrow morning, and he mentioned that before I left his shop, because basically it blew out in a truck stop that's not really where we're, not a truck stop that Prime uses, but it's a truck stop nonetheless. It actually blew in the fuel island. So he came out, plugged it, and we followed him back to his shop 2 blocks away. So then once we pulled in his shop, then they told us like, hey, we don't have an airbag. I'm like, okay. So what was the point of coming down here? But, then he said he was going to try and get one in, but he wasn't sure. And then so I went in to check. I told him I had to call our road assist, let them know what's going on. Road assist, there's nothing we can do but wait on the part. So I went back in there and told him, and told me he was having issues even finding one to get one tomorrow. So he said he'll call me, which he did call me. Said they should be getting one in tomorrow, but until tomorrow comes, we're kind of just sitting here. So I know I got behind on comments, so give me a minute. What's good? Just have time to chill. Oh, lost it. What's going on, Sherman Jack? Came in late. What did you break this time, or still the glad hands? I didn't break anything. The trailers are breaking themselves. You fell into the trailer lint trap. Am I covered in lint? I was covered in lint like earlier today. So it's funny that you said that. Too bad they can't just give us different loads if one available. You know what? Like, if the trailer wasn't under a load, you know what I mean? I feel, well, in the present area I'm in, like, so I've been sitting here for a while now. I haven't seen a single Prime trailer, or I haven't seen a single Prime truck. Like, the only carrier that I've seen that, it's kind of like a mega carrier, I guess, is Swift. And he was parked in the same truck stop I was, which only had 6 spots or 8 spots. Outside of that, I haven't seen any truck. Let's see. I fell behind. I'd imagine the national trailer shortage caused chronic trials. They'll probably retire. Either that, or I hate to use the phrase "rush through," but if a trailer is broken down at for repairs, and they just kind of get it roadworthy instead of fully fixing it, like, here you go, here's a trailer. I feel like some of that issue is that maybe I'm not gonna say it is. I'm not gonna say it's not, but yeah, it's just one thing that I've always taken from from watching Lyle at No Hippie Trucking Trap Station. It's trucking. You know what I mean? Like, stuff happens. Now, I can also say that this crap sucks, because this is my 7th time I've had to contact Road Assist this week alone. You know what I mean? But stuff happens. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of, it's trucking. It happens. You fix it or wait to get fixed. And you kind of just move on. But it kind of sucks though. Isn't it the saying, bad luck or bad things happen in threes? Hopefully clear skies. Hopefully. I'm hoping that is going to be the case. So, all I had to do was click on it. Okay. So, y'all, I'm using this new software because Travis has been yelling at me to start using it. So, I didn't know I could just click on the people stuff and it pops up. All right. So, anyway, um, the Facebook groups are definitely cancer for sure. Like, I usually just go on there and answer like new people's questions, but I try not to get too involved in like the drama. But then some of the stuff that's on there is just like, really? Like, that's what you decide to come on here and say? So then I just feel the karma or feel the need to insert my 2 cents, which I really need to stop doing that. So I'm probably not going to do that anymore. Chuck Ross missing honey buns come to mind. You know what? That is not my fault. That was Travis. That was actually Travis because Travis ate him. So at least Travis got got paid for that. You know what I mean? Like I was just sitting there. Matter of fact, I don't even think. No, we were in the same room. Yeah, we were definitely there. Yeah. Well, that's got nothing to do with me. At least you guys supported Travis to eat those honey buns. So that was Travis's doing. I sat there like the innocent person that I am. So my student just said something about we haven't even had a blown tire. I said, don't you put that evil. Look, now I was just about to say, now that he said it, that's over. Y'all getting a blown tire tonight or tomorrow. Well, y'all better not pull over and knock on some wood or something, because that's gonna be evil. That's gonna be bad karma right there for sure. From my experience, the retread trailer tires started winding more than. So yeah, so the retreaded tires do tend to blow more. But you know what? I haven't even had a blown trailer tire since like the beginning of last year. It's been more than a year since I've had a blown trailer tire. But yeah, that typically that is the case for like warmer weather and stuff for sure. I definitely agree with the statement. Travis definitely sabotaged me. So probably when I get off of here, I know he's probably sleeping, and I'm gonna make sure I call and wake him up and may or may not curse him out. Maybe, because I know this is his fault for sure. That's a given for sure. That's understandable. A lot of freight movement, so equipment might be more scarce than normal. Yeah, and that's the reason for the trailer shortage. Why does that do that? And that's the reason for the trailer shortage. I'm guessing. I don't know why we have a trailer shortage. But apparently we have a trailer shortage and a shortage of drivers. Apparently, I'm not sure how those go hand in hand, but I don't know. I've got nothing. Christopher, what's going on, man? How are you? Confirmed we'll be at Prime on 4/5. I should be there. So keep me posted on that. Shoot me an email so we can get in contact. I should be at Prime on that date. I should be. Well, actually, now that it's official, because he's already there, I actually have a referral coming to Prime, and he's signed in to orientation today. So I'll actually be going to go pick him up on sometime in April whenever he finishes his PSD, and I'll be training him PSD. I'll be training him his TNT phase. So that's why I am. To answer all the questions that I usually get, yes, I am back training. Unfortunately, no, I cannot take you on your TNT phase because I already have one assigned to me. He's actually one of my referrals coming in. So that's the reason why I'll be at Prime. Evan, man, I appreciate it. You know, I'm about to go buy me some honey buns now. I appreciate the $5, man. It's so funny when I was messing around on Discord. I'm like, oh, I'm about to go live. Make sure you guys send super chats for my breakdown pay. Obviously, I was joking, but Evan, I definitely appreciate it, man. Shoot. See, Cody, I just said I was about to go buy him some honey buns. Where is your brother in crime, Mr. Kinley? So, you know what? Let's look up where Mr. Kinley is right now. So I said I was going to start this segment of where is Mr. Kinley? So we're going to look up where he is right now and see. It's funny because he called me earlier and he was driving, right? And like I don't know. He was good ways into his drive, and he was for sure. He told me on the phone. I told him I was going to talk about him too. So he was for sure. He was like, "Yeah, man, I'm about to go ahead and go across Texas line." You know, he drove for a while, about to drive into Texas. Like, you know, I was like, "Hey, it's going to take you a long time to get through Texas." And he's like, "Yeah, but you know what? As long, you know, the important thing is we finally made it to Texas." And right when he said that, he passed over the welcome to New Mexico state line. And he was like, "Bro, I just crossed into New Mexico." I started dying laughing. It was so funny. So Mr. Kinley is actually in Texas now. So that is where he is. Whether he is alive and well is undetermined. I know that he has been absent from his YouTube page. I told him he needs to post something because people have been asking me where he is. I don't know. So the only thing I can say is he has finally made it to Texas. So he finally made it to Texas for sure. Let's see. Thank you, Michael. I think it's Elise. I'm behind somewhere. Does Prime retread their tires? Yes. Yes, they do. No, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna leave that one alone. So yes, Prime. Actually, Ben said it for me. Almost all trailer tires are basically getting treaded for sure. Trailer shortage from trailer manufacturers shutting down because of COVID-19 and parts getting affected. Yeah, I can see that, RN. I can see that for sure. Thank you, Michael. I think as a lease of tire count, I want only new tires, in my opinion. I would say that too, but so John St. Clair, the differences between, you know, for a leasing company, it actually wouldn't matter as far as like getting new tires for a trailer because the trailer is Prime's responsibility. That's why we as lease operators don't have a trailer payment. So anything that happens or goes on with the trailer is Prime's responsibility. And the only thing that we do as lease operators or company drivers is hook up to the trailer and make sure it's roadworthy and go. But any breakdowns or anything dealing with that is strictly on Prime. So whatever Prime decides they want to do with their trailer is Prime's responsibility. So that's the only reason. Like, I agree with you. If I was like leasing or buying a new trailer, I would want new trailer tires for sure. So I'm with you on that. Yes. So look, I remember that bid too, but you got beat. You got beat. I'm sorry. My training days had to go to the highest bidder. You know, I'm poor out here. So my Volvo has been identifying as a Peterbilt. So that's the reason why I keep breaking down. So because my truck thinks it's a Peterbilt. So I just started telling myself or telling the truck that, you know, all right, we got to start being a Volvo now. So, you know, we can't be broken down anymore. Now, that goes to say that, you know, my truck itself hasn't broken down, but I've been having breakdown issues with trailers and stuff. So, you know, now that, you know, me and Sapphire are now identifying as a Volvo again, we should be good to go after we get this trailer fixed. So it'll probably be no more breakdowns. You know, we just got to stop thinking that we're Peterbilt drivers. I just wanted to be cool like the rest of you guys, but now I realize like saying that you drive a Peterbilt also comes with the breakdowns of a Peterbilt, and I don't want no part of that. I don't know what to do with that. I'll probably be there getting a new student if mine has a truck to upgrade that week. Perfect. Oh, and that same week, Heathens, are you gonna be there that same week? You know, you chunky when instead of raining hundreds, you're raining honey buns. That's a fact. That is a fact. Now I started a diet today. Actually, one, I don't eat honey buns. That's why I gave it to Travis. But actually don't eat sweets at all. But I started a diet this morning. So I told myself yesterday, because I got some Mexican food when we were in Wisconsin, which surprisingly was pretty good. But I told myself when I woke up this morning, or I guess last night when I started my shift, that I was going to start a diet. So where I'm only going to eat fruits and vegetables from now until the end of April to see how I do. You know, because like I'm not going to say that I'm not round, but I'm round-ish. You know what I mean? Which, you know, if you look at me, you probably don't see it, but I see it, and that's important to me. So I'm actually, you know, so I'm switching to eating fruits and vegetables. Like I woke up, had a fruit cup this morning. When my co-driver stopped to take a break, I got up and Went truck stop and grabbed me a little chicken Caesar wrap, which I guess chicken is not fruits or vegetables, so I shouldn't eat the chicken. But I don't know. I'm gonna try this diet out and see how it does, just to see if I can lose some pounds. I'm gonna start doing some like small little workouts because I don't know if Life of Rye is in here, but me, Travis Kinley, Life of Rye, we all met up at the terminal yesterday, as well as a surprise special guest that I won't mention his name. We all and Lyle, No Hippie Trucking Temptation, we met. But anyway, I saw Life of Rye while I was walking back to my truck. Life of Rye was walking into the terminal, and I'm like, hey. Or actually, he saw me first, but I didn't recognize him because it was not the usual Life of Rye I'm used to on camera. But we recognized each other, started talking, and I don't know, I got the bright idea to be like, hey, let's go to the gym. So for those of you guys who don't know, Life of Rye used to be a personal trainer. I knew that, and I forgot. So we went to the gym, and I'm still sore from last week when we were working out. So yeah, so I'm having a fun time with that. So that's what I said. I'm trying to do like small stuff like push-ups, sit-ups. I've got enough space in here to do like small little pull-ups. So I might, do small little workout stuff. And I know I'm behind on comments. I'm sorry, I'm catching up. Absolutely not. Not even worth it. Not even worth it. Send $9.99. Not a chance. Uh-oh. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to take this call. Sorry, y'all. I've actually been waiting for that phone call. Recap company drives 100%. Not sure. I wasn't clear what you were talking. Trailer tires. That's understandable. It's trailer. Because you're breaking the trailers. I'm not breaking the trailers. They blow up themselves. Let's dispatch the Texas Rangers. Check on Mr. Kinley's logs. You know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that because it would be like our luck that which I know Travis is 100% compliant on his logs, so there should be no issues there. We can send them out. There should be no issues there. What camera do I normally use for filming? So I switch back and forth between two cameras. So I'm either using my GoPro, which is what I'm streaming from now. I just plug it into my laptop. That's usually what I do for lives and excuse me. Usually if I'm on the phone, I'll vlog with this camera, but usually I use my phone. So I use the iPhone 12 Pro Max and just flip it like that and just record with the front camera. I have like video editing software on here, so I can literally record video, go to the editing software and upload it straight to YouTube just like that. So it really depends on how much time I have to sit down. So like when I'm solo, I will use my GoPro because I actually have time to sit down with the GoPro, take out my computer, use the video software that I already pay for, which now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually paying for 2 video softwares. So I probably need to downsize on that. Yeah. But I'll take the GoPro and actually use my video editing software I use on my laptop for most of my vlogs. But like if I'm training or teaming like I'm doing right now, I'll use my phone because it's easier for me to just take my phone out, record what I got to record, come back in the truck, hop on my phone, edit it up, boom, send it out. You know what I mean? Which actually the next video about to come out, which I'll probably end that vlog. It's talking about trailer breakdowns. Like literally this whole week, I've been recording the trailer breakdowns. So that's what my next video is about. So, but yes, to answer your question, those are the cameras that I use. I saw this a while ago, but I saw you were chastising Volvo, so I held off on it. But this is not the case. The trailers love the Volvo. You know what I mean? Especially, you know what? Especially intermodal. The intermodal trailers love this truck, and I personally love the intermodal trailers with this truck. So, because they pull pretty nice, but the Volvo has a nice ride, so I like them. Fruit equals sugar. You need protein. I need to look into it more. Like I need to look into it more to figure out what exactly I can and can't do. For now that I know that this can do it on YouTube, I don't need that. I just need to know what I can and can't do, just to because I don't necessarily need to lose weight. Like the most important thing, which I've already lost about 15 pounds, but I've learned portion control. Like when I do eat my meals, because usually I'm used to eating one big meal at the end of my shift, like before I go to bed. So I usually eat a huge meal and then go to sleep, and I'll do the same thing every single day that I'm out on the road. But I've learned portion control. So now, like, I'll wake up and I'll force myself to eat something small, whether it be some fruit, like some grapes or something, or some hard-boiled eggs or something. Shout out to Travis Kinley. He put me on those. I've been eating hard-boiled eggs for a long time now, but never thought to do that while I was on the truck. And then watching Travis, him go back and forth about his hard-boiled eggs. So I usually do grapes or hard-boiled eggs first thing in the morning. Then I'll drive all day. Then I'll have a small little snack. I don't know. I'll have knowing myself, I'll probably just have some more grapes. Like when I take my 30-minute break. And then at nighttime, I'll I'll finish up with something a little Subway sandwich, like the little Veggie Delights sandwich from Subway. I get a Veggie Delight wrap, not a sandwich. But that's what I've been doing lately. This week I have not. I've been eating like crap all this week. So, but I've recently downloaded Pinterest and have been gotten recipes and getting a shopping list together. So when I do come back to Springfield here, probably in the next couple of days or so, I can actually go to Walmart and actually have my grocery shopping list of stuff I'm actually going to make on the truck. So I'm going to look more into that so I can figure out exactly what I should or shouldn't or can or can't eat as far as that's concerned. So let's see. Mexican in Wisconsin, have they even heard of Mexico? Probably not. But it was good. I can't, you know what I mean? It was good. And I mean, it's not really much. Matter of fact, I actually have a soda in here that I've actually been holding on to. I'm definitely going to drink this soda now. I've been saving this soda for a special occasion. But obviously a breakdown is a special occasion, so I've actually been saving it. $14.99 for me to say that Peterbilt's the best, still not worth it. I mean, because I'm just not a huge fan of lime, you know what I mean? And yes, it's just a soda, y'all. It's a mango soda. It's no alcohol whatsoever, even though it had to pop it like one. But there's no alcohol in this whatsoever. It's just a soda. It's mango flavored, actually. It's my favorite fruit. What was that drive slow class about? How often do those happen? I know about waiting for a phone call. So yeah, I was supposed to call. I'm actually supposed to call this person last week. So I'm still getting to that, I promise. The drive slow class is called the ACE 2 class here at Prime. It's for lease operators after they drive their first 6 to 8 weeks. Then they come in and they show how, your breakdown of your settlements, how to actually read them, a couple of different formulas. But basically, we nickname it the drive slow class because that's what they tell everyone, basically everyone. They didn't tell me that when I took it, when I had my Freightliner. But if you have a net fuel cost that's not in prime range of acceptable, they'll pull out what's called a sensor tracks for your truck. I think I actually have some of that stuff. Let me see if I have my old one. But basically, they give you this little book. It's got a whole bunch of formulas and stuff. And they also do, they pull up your sensor tracks for your truck. So this is from my Freightliner. But for those of y'all that don't know, everything y'all do with that truck is tracked with a computer. So idle times, average speed, average fuel mileage, driving, how long you idle, how many faults your truck has had. It even prints out a little graph of the speed range that you're in and how long you were in it for, and and what your RPM range is. So the optimal RPM is basically what the class is about. So in order to not take away from that class, I'm not gonna go over it, but just to show y'all, they track all of that stuff. So the reason they didn't tell me to drive slower is because my net fuel cost for Prime is the acceptable rate that they're trying to get everyone else to, to get to. So they generally, when I go take Ace 2, like I'm probably going to take Ace 2 when I'm on the yard either this week or next week or in April. But typically they don't tell me to drive slow because my net fuel cost is exactly where it's supposed to be. So, or exactly where they want it to be. But for the people who, whose net fuel cost is higher, it's called the drive slow class specifically for them. The secrecy with my co-driver, I have not gotten permission from said co-driver to speak about anything. So the only thing that I can say is that I have one. So at this present moment, I am a team truck, and that's it. That's about all that's gonna be gone on about that. It's not really, I just respect other people's privacy. Like I'm not gonna, it'll be different if I had like 0 subscribers, but oh, by the way, I just hit 1,400 subscribers. I'm guessing today. So yay to me. But I appreciate all y'all. So I noticed that actually talking with my co-driver, who is not here. I did the right thing and put them in a hotel because we don't know how long we're going to be here. So, the truck stop that we were at didn't have showers. So put them in a hotel, and then in the morning when I wake up, I'll go run in and take a shower. And then hopefully we can go do something. Hopefully it'll get fixed tomorrow. Well, I'm glad you can catch it, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. You're the only one I know that has airlines ripped right off in the caves. And you know what? And it wasn't the airlines. It was just like the bracket thing, like the little, like on my last recorded video, I actually show exactly what was breaking. So that's the one that kept breaking. Like my airlines, I still got the same airlines. My airlines are still fine. Just on that trailer, for whatever reason, those things just kept snapping. I don't know what the heck was going on with those. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. This is, I don't even want to go there. Our trailer almost had a disaster. The springs that hold the trailer airlines came loose. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that would have sucked. Oh, man, that would have sucked. I'm glad y'all were able to catch it. Like, when you say it came loose, like, were they dragging on the ground, or were they still, like, loosely hung up and suspended in the air? Because, yeah, that would have sucked. Twisted Big D, what's going on, my man? Things are going pretty terrible, actually. I don't know how far behind on comments I am, but hopefully you're still here. But things are going pretty freaking terrible with with trailers. I'm on my 7th breakdown in the past 6 days with 3 different trailers. So this time I just happened to be broke down until further notice. So I'm alive. So that's important. Ask Travis. I don't even want to get in that. I'm not even gonna get in that. All right, everybody read that, right? Everybody read this? Peterbilts are notorious for getting stuck in the shop. So I can't say that Peterbilts are the best. I can't do it. He sent me the 1999 anyway. Peterbilt rules. Okay, he did send me the 1999. So Peterbilt is the best at breaking down. I'm sorry. I mean, it just is what it is. I do appreciate the videos and get last at the end of the day, no matter what you drive. We are brothers and sisters. You're absolutely correct, and I definitely appreciate the 1999. I appreciate it. I can't believe you sent me 1999. Me and my man, what is going on, my brother? I need to catch up on your latest video. I missed your latest No Cap Thursdays, so I need to go back and watch that video. What is my net fuel cost currently? Let's see. When I took the drive slow class, my net fuel cost for my Freightliner was 10.8 cents per mile. Currently with the Volvo, my current net fuel cost in the Volvo is 12 cents. So my net fuel cost is 12 cents. It should be a lot better this week. I'm hoping, especially if we can drop this load, that would be fantastic. But that is what my current net fuel cost is in the Volvo. In my Freightliner is a little bit higher, obviously, because burn fuel a little bit slower. But because I know how to buy fuel and manage my fuel, my net fuel cost is generally on the low end. So yeah. Exactly. And but that doesn't even necessarily mean, because like when I took the ACE 2 class, and she asked me what my net fuel cost was, my net fuel cost was, and I told her, because I think that's what it was for the, let me see. Is that what it was for the 8-week thing? That might have been 8 weeks. Let's see. I don't remember where it was. But yeah, if you haven't taken the H2 class, please go and take it, because it is some fantastic knowledge in here. Like, for sure. Especially like help with reading settlements. All that information is in here. Is this it? It is not. I lied. My net fuel cost was 11.5 cents in an 8-week period. So in a 2-month period. Tractor cost. Yeah. So net fuel cost was 0.115. And when she asked me, how fast do I usually go, and I pulled out my sensor tracks, it showed that I think I had like 72 hours in 64 to 65 range, something like that. Where the sensor tracks go? Oh, I lied. I have 110 hours of maintaining 65 in my Freightliner. So is it possible to do 65 and have a net fuel cost? Yes, it absolutely is. How you do it is completely dependent on how you drive and run your truck in your business. I have gotten super far behind on comments. No doubt you're in the top percentile on fuel consumption. Correct. I don't even know what the 2-month one is yet. Even though in my 2-month one, I took home time for a week and a half or 2 weeks. But I am curious what that is. Oh, it's bad. It's 17 cents for 2 months. But I mean, for past 2 months, I was about 3 of those weeks I wasn't driving. But in the past month, I'm still in the green percentile, so that's important. I wish you much better luck. Thanks, Skeletor. I definitely appreciate it, and I absolutely need it, apparently. I'm just not having a good time right now. That's not funny. You see, but it's not, it's not the breakdown. It's not, well, we'll find out if it is the breakdown this week or not, because this week we'll stop on Wednesday, and all of the breakdowns happened. Yeah, all the breakdowns happened this pay period. So check back in with me after Friday, and let's see what my net fuel cost is this week. The first trailer, man, that was really good. The first trailer was the new Wabash trailer. It was a 215 series, but the rest of them, no. So the second trailer was just torn up on the inside. It was a 172, and this trailer I have now is a 160, and it was just no brake lights, and this time airbag blew. So So not no, the problem isn't in the new Wabash trailers. I actually prefer those trailers up until that particular trailer, which was so confusing because I've never had issues with the new trailers at all until this past week. So I pulled that 215. I pulled 215s, 220s, 202s, 201s, 200s. Never had issues. I pulled multiple 215 trailers, but just that particular one kept breaking. Don't know what it was. Sitting here watching Trucking Wisdom. 3 students at a time. Oh, are you good to see you still here, by the way. Are you a full-time PSD trainer by chance? Good catch. Good catch. For those of y'all that are drivers and don't do what I like to call a mid-trip inspection, which is exactly what Brad did, is if you're fueling or you're stopped for a 30-minute break, just walk around the trailer. Like it's same as a pre-trip. Just make sure everything is looking the way it is, because who's to say that they pulled up, there's no telling how long those lines were like that, but who's to say that you pulled off and you neglected to do a walk around, and next thing you know, you got sparks flying in front of your trailer. Like that, this is how you truck drive right here. Like pre-trip, I tell all my students and all drivers I talk to, I do 3 pre-trips or 3 inspections a day. I do a pre-trip, I do a mid-trip, and I do a post-trip inspection. Just walk-arounds. Pre-trips, I actually open up the hood, check my fluids, and basically go through everything. Mid-trip and post, I just walk around, make sure nothing's leaking, and then start over on pre-trip, especially when I'm solo. Now, when I'm training, obviously that increases to like 4 or 5 pre-trips. 3. Because basically when my student takes their break, I wake up because the truck stops. So I go do a walk around with them while they do it, go inside, use the bathroom, then I come back to bed. So if it's one thing that I know how to do on trucks and trailers is inspect them, because I do them so much. So this is how you save money on breakdowns, by catching it before it breaks down. See, so do I. I do too. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up on comments, y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't think I was going to get this far behind. I want to burn our clock in Springfield. Do pad time. Say they go back out. Back out. Sit down. Brothers, Springfield. Sorry about silence. I don't know. I don't know the answer to this. I've never driven or done any research on the Kenworth, so I do not know, actually. Only done TNT for 2.5 years now. I have Ace lease. I want to keep miles on my truck. Smart move. Smart move. 13. Your net fuel costs. I see. It's like my voice cracking. It's because I'm going through puberty, y'all. Like net fuel costs, as far as like there's a lot of lease operators who just, I'm not gonna say just drive, but drives for profit for the truck. As long as they're making the money, they really don't care about, like, not saying that maybe my man doesn't. I'm just saying in general. So let me take that off. But I've noticed that a lot of the lease operators who will call me, because I'm not just answering questions for you guys that are coming to Prime. I'm also answering questions for current lease operators and company drivers here at Prime that ask, they wanted to find out how to become more profitable. And usually that's why I start, is at net fuel cost. So I've come to learn that there are a lot of drivers that just start the truck and go. You know what I mean? Oh my God, I'm so far behind. That just start the truck and go. And, they worry about the numbers at, when payroll settlement comes out. But, they follow the macro 27, which is our fuel recommendation macro here at Prime. And, they don't worry about, if the cost or calculating your own. Like there's a lot of financial things in leasing that I've come to learn. I've either come to learn on my own or learn from other owner operators on, like, actually managing my truck. Like, excuse me. Like, for instance, I know if I ask anyone that's in this chat right now, like, how much does it cost you to turn on your truck per mile. Like for me, I know that my truck here in the Volvo, it costs me 69 cents per mile for me to move my truck every single mile. But the way that I know that, one, I took ACE2, and then two, I've learned from owner operators how actually to break down my settlements to figure out exactly what my cost per mile is. And now that 69 cents is while I'm solo. So once I get back into training and get a couple settlements, I'm going to have to recalculate that and figure out what my cost per mile is then. But obviously, more wear and tear is more money. So if my cost per mile goes up, hopefully it stays the same. But if it goes up, the revenue obviously went up too because I have students. So, grain of salt there. Open invitation for Twisted Big D. Anyone can come say hi at Springfield. So if you're at the Springfield terminal, Twisted Big D is in Springfield. So if you see him, tell him hello. I personally haven't even met him yet. So hopefully you're there when I get there at some point. So I'll reach out to you and see if I can work something out. So my question is this on the Volvo is, can you have a custom bed for the bottom, or how does that work? To my understanding, yes. But if you don't get the table option, so like there's a spec or an option for the Volvo that spec exactly like a Freightliner is. So like, and I'm assuming when you say custom bed, like the custom mattress, like the thick one, because I have one of those and I have it on the top bunk. But I don't put it down here because the cushions, like when I fold the table down, the cushions flatten out to turn it into a bed. So if you have a mattress on top of the table, you won't be able to use the table unless you take the mattress off of it and put it up there, which is why it's up there. So if you get a Volvo that doesn't have the table option, then yes, it works just like a regular truck, just like the Freightliner. I'm assuming. I don't know. I have a Volvo with the table, but to take a wild guess, yeah, I think so. I'm gonna say I assume so. Let's see. Orientation. Brian Lee at orientation. Well, hopefully I'll be able to see you soon. I'll be down in Springfield soon. So good luck in orientation. For sure, for sure. You got a third one. This is my third trailer. 7th breakdown this week. 3rd trailer. How far behind did I get? This is crazy. We got the famous line from the Million Mile Man. It's the ink, baby. You already know what it is, man. So Prime, this is the Million Mile Man slogan. It's the ink, baby. If y'all don't already have him on your YouTube, please go drop a subscribe for him. He definitely drops some great knowledge, especially if you're a Highway Diamond. He definitely shows a lot of appreciation for the Highway Diamonds. He drops No Cap Thursdays. And if you're a YouTuber, he often goes about once a week or every other week, if I'm not mistaken. Shouts out new YouTubing channels, if you're trying to build your channel. So give me my man a follow, subscribe. What's the thing? Subscribe and what's the notification? The bell thing. The notification. Yeah. I don't clearly I don't say that. I need to figure out like a smooth way to say that. I might start saying that in my videos. I don't know. I mean, I got 1,400 so far and I haven't said it, so I guess I don't really need to. But I'm a huge advocate for supporting other people. So that's probably why I don't say it on my channel. I'm sorry. I know there's like silences in between these, but I haven't grabbed my glasses and it's super hard for me to read this. So I need to call you back because I've got something to talk to you about in regards to this. So, well, we're not gonna get into it. Yes, I am, because I am tired of. Well, I'm not tired of it, but I would like to be tired of eating out at truck stops all the time. So I'm gonna start like preparing my own meals, or even sitting down and actually doing meal prep. Something like small and basic for like a couple, next 2-3 days or whatever. Meal prep it out, boom, throw it in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that'll save me some money. So I'm all about saving money. Dang, negative net fuel costs? Hold on, you gonna have to see me a screenshot of that. I gotta see that. I want to see that. So No Hippie Truck and Transportation, I already mentioned him earlier. If y'all do not follow him on YouTube, definitely drop some knowledge. Y'all can subscribe and ring the bell? Click the notifications thing. Like, he definitely dropped some good videos as well. I definitely endorse both of them, especially as a fellow YouTuber for sure. See, boom. Exactly what we were just talking about. So this is why we're talking about going into teaching each other. Like, basically, that's all we do out here is, teaching each other how to be successful. That's basically what I do to other drivers when they ask me. Is I just, like, I don't teach them something that I don't know anything about. Like, I literally teach something that I do all the time. So good. I thought like this too. So I 100% agree with this philosophy. But here's why I don't do it anymore. I have lost all faith in our sales department because every time that I do this, I end up having to sit and waiting for my original appointment time, which means I sit for generally more than 24 hours. So, or right at 24 hours or right under 24 hours. So I have learned not to start challenging these appointment times. And now I just get there when I get there. But this philosophy I 100% agree with because that's how I've been running. So I've been successful doing this. But now, I've recently started slowing down this week just to see if if it makes a difference, because like that net fuel cost is me running 65 everywhere. So I'm started to slow down this week. At the beginning of this payroll, actually. So I'm waiting to see if there's a net fuel cost difference for me slowing down and doing 60 as a versus me going 65 going against the governor. Now I can say first impressions of me doing 60, man, 60 miles an hour is slow. But it doesn't really bother me because in my mind, even though I set the cruise at 60, in my mind, I tell myself I'm doing 65. It feels the same. Like now, I used to be a lease operator who's like, other people tell me like, oh, just drive 60, you'll save money. And I'm like, 60 is too slow. So now that I'm actually doing 60, I'm like, 60 and 65 are the same speed. There's really no difference. But I have noticed a drastic increase in my miles per gallon in my truck. So I'm waiting to see if that's going to have a direct effect on my net fuel costs or not, which I'll find out on Friday. So let's find out. What? Oh, cost. I was about to say, I thought your net fuel cost was 58 cents. I'm like, good God. Okay. Oh, man, that scared me. So 58 cents is your cost per mile to drive your truck. Got it. Yeah, and so my 69 cents is everything. So truck payment, insurance, settlement, operator settlement, everything. All those costs are put in one. And that's how I calculate that. See, it wasn't just me. So I don't know about Hitachi, but ours was Wabash, but he had the same problem as me. The red glad hand on the trailers kept breaking. That's exactly what was happening to me. Everybody's asking about my boy. So I actually I looked him up because I told him I was going to start a series called Where's Travis Kinley. So he is currently in the state of Texas. He is alive. I talked to him on the phone earlier. I know he hasn't uploaded in a while, but Mr. Kinley is alive and well and currently driving. So that's why he's not here. But I have been talking to him and getting on him about uploading something. So, you know, his people know he's okay because everyone's been asking me. See, someone else said that too. I'm telling you, I need to just let me finish this load, right? Let me get back to our side of the country, figure some stuff out, and then I just need to take a couple days. You know what I mean? Let me just take a couple days at home, get myself back together. You know, because 7 breakdowns in 1 week is a lot for me. Like that's a lot for me. Dang, hippie, #1. So you sent me the screenshot of his net fuel costs last week. That's what I'm talking about, big dog. I'm trying to get like him. I don't know. I want to get a ring 1. I think the highest I've been on my new fleet is 3 or 4, I think. But now I'm 12 or 13. But I also had to go to the terminal for a day. So. Oh, you definitely spoil your students for sure. Because my students, well, when I had my Freightliner, my students would get whatever that little mattress pad was that we have to buy from the detail shop. But now I spoil my students because all of my students get the bottom bunk. You know what I mean? Like they don't have to worry about the ladder. They don't have to worry about climbing up. So like I live permanently on my top bunk. Like whether I'm solo, unless it's hot. If it's hot, I'll sleep down here in the bottom bunk. But usually I sleep on the top bunk whether I'm solo or teaming. So now I'm spoiling my students because all of my students from this point forward, well, actually since October and forward, get the bottom bunk in the Volvo. I don't sleep on the bottom bunk. You know, if I'm solo, the table stays up. If I'm training, table stays down, and students sleep down here. If both of us are not driving, the truck's not moving, all of my students get the bottom bunk because my good mattress is up top, and y'all not getting that. Not no more. Let's see. Did you know that if you have the Omnitrax IVG, you can talk to it? Yes, I did know that. Then I tried to show someone how to do it, and I couldn't get it to work. And now I don't have that Omnitrax anymore. I have the older one with the keyboard, the little slide one. So I don't have that anymore. But yes, I did know that it had voice commands. But I think, I want to say the voice command is "Hi Omnitrax" or "Hello Omnitrax," and it'll I don't know what the voice commands are, but I discovered it by accident. And then I think I called someone about it. I think I called the tractor shop. I'm like, my Omnitrax is listening to me. He's like, oh yeah, it has voice commands. I'm like, y'all don't think to tell us this stuff when y'all give us these new trucks, like that could scare the piss out of somebody. You know what I mean? Like, but yes, I didn't know that. Are you allowed to call the receiver before to see if he can drop it off early? I don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no. I actually don't want to give any advice on this because I don't want you guys to be like, oh well, Johnson's Logic said no. I don't do that. But the only thing that I can say for sure is do not call Walmart. But me personally, I call everybody else. I don't call Walmart though. Walmart, I know for sure. If it's a Walmart appointment, that's the appointment. Everybody else gets a phone call. I slowed down to 61. So yeah, that's my cruise speed now. My cruise speed is 61. So so with you changing your cruise speed down to 61, have you noticed a change in your miles per gallon? In your fuel consumption thing, your trip meter? I used to be like that. I used to be like you, just a poor soul doing 65. I'm just kidding. I still do 65 sometimes. It depends on the load. Like obviously if the load needs to get there, I'll do 65. But if I'm chilling, like if I were to do 65 on this load and this trailer did not break down the 2 times that I've had it, and we were literally just supposed to pick it up and bring it straight to the 90, I would have been 34 hours early. So You know what I mean? So I've been doing 60, kind of chilling and relaxing, plus 2 breakdowns, and we were still early. So like if this trade would have gotten or were to break down earlier today and actually gotten fixed today, we still would have been early to the receiver, and we've been chilling. Like it was a dropping hook at the 01, and we were there for 6 hours waiting for what the one that had to call the shipping office back in to fix the overweight on the trailer, which they didn't. Had to wait on the road service truck to come out. Then I had to go get a scale, and it took me 6 hours to do this drop and hook load. But even with that, and driving slow, and I think we spent, when we were in Wisconsin, we sat, because my co-driver did laundry, so we sat in Wisconsin for like 6-7 hours before I started my shift. Like, we've been killing a ton of time on this load, and we were still early. So there was no reason for us to go 65. So we just been chilling at 60. So I'm one of the rare prime drivers that actually has a CB radio, and I actually get comments all the time, but it's never for speed, because I always get comments on my lights, actually. But I mean, if I'm doing 60 and I'm in the right lane, I'm not wrong. Like, there's a left lane for a reason. But I generally, I don't get I usually don't get fussed at unless I'm in the center lane. Now, if I'm in a city and I need to go in the center lane, I'll do 65, as long as that's the speed limit. I'll do 65 in the center lane just to stay up with traffic in a major city. But these 2, 3, 4 lane highways, in the interstates, right lane, 60 miles an hour. Travis, San Diego. I need to send him a text, see if he's driving. Let me see what you doing. Yes, because most time they don't answer. So yes, perfect answer. So going back to that question, can we call our receivers to reschedule our appointment? One, I would say don't do that. Like, because they set those appointments because that's when they need the product and blah, blah, blah. That sales said, whatever sales reason for us not to do that. The reason why I know sales says that, because sales has already called me and fussed at me for doing exactly this. Like, if you put me on a load and you tell me to get there ASAP, or you tell me to get there and I'm there, and you give me a load that takes a day and you give me 3 days to deliver it, of course I'm going to call and reset the appointment. Why would I sit for 2 days because you can't schedule an appointment? But this is generally what happens. They either don't answer, or sales puts a dummy number in there on purpose for us not to do that. But if you can find the number, I mean, it is what it is. We did talk last week. I should have left that trailer on the yard. That load was paying too good, though. I'm telling you. Like, and that was a solo load. This was before I decided to pick up a co-driver. That load was paying good as a solo truck. I was like, I don't want to give that up. Like, I had to. Like, it sucks. Don't get me wrong, but I had to. How much fuel savings in 1 month do you honestly feel like you can make? Now, running 65 all the time, 1 or 2 extra loads for the month, how much extra would that be? It's about the net you take home. So, yes. I mean, I can only tell you in differences of net fuel costs, because I up until this, like 6 days ago, I ran 65 the whole time. But I know that I save more fuel, based off of my net fuel cost than other drivers. So I can compare net fuel savings. Like, I can tell you how much I spend on fuel and compare it to yours or whoever else's and tell you what the savings is, because I ran 65 the whole time. Now, for me to be like, oh, you're going to save $300 on average, like, I can't just give you a flat number, because there's so many different variables. Like, obviously we'll have different loads, different terrain. Obviously everyone doesn't drive Volvo, so our computers are tuned differently. Different weights on the loads, different tandems, fifth wheel positions are different. You know, we have different weights on our steers. We have more or less stuff in our actual sleeper area. You know, the drivers could weigh 2 different weights. There's so many different variables to calculating fuel. It's really hard to give you can save this much by doing this kind of number. So that would be my answer for that. But I can say that I don't spend, because my net fuel cost is so low, I don't spend nearly as much as a lot of drivers I know, like on fuel on a monthly basis. Like I generally spend a lot less. No, not a chance. Not a chance. Oh man, I got so far. All right, so I'm gonna stop rambling and actually catch up on comments. I already saw that he left, but shout out to Laugh and Rye. I've already been complaining about you because you took me to the gym. I also love the older Qualcomm because of the keyboard, but my new Qualcomm, I have a wireless keyboard, so it's really the same difference for me. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the customer. Thank you, Evan. Don't call Walmart, Costco, or Target. Oh, good. Brian told him for me. I appreciate that. So, all right. It's not even a side story, but I just told y'all Life of Ryan right here. He used to be a personal trainer, and I don't know why, but I asked him to ask him to take me to the gym, and he said I did great. So you know what I mean? Like, I'm a small guy, but I'm just sore. But at least I did great. Okay, like I put forth the effort. I actually just challenged. Who am I meeting at the terminal? Golly, it's gonna kill me too. I was talking to somebody on the phone, and we've made plans to go to the gym. Now I just have to remember who that was. But I told him we're gonna go to the gym. Oh, my buddy Storm. So me and my buddy Storm are meeting at the terminal later on this week, and we're actually going to go to the gym, and we're going to do the same exercises that A Life of Rye showed me. So he showed me, and it sucks. My body sucks, but I feel like it's a good sore, but it's a hurt sore. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what happened here. John, good to see you, man. What's going on? Sorry, I'm scrolling through comments. I can catch up. You should make videos on how to use. Oh, dang it, I lost it. You should make videos on how to use your microwave for different foods like your steak. You know what? I will. I will actually start recording stuff like that because 1, helps me remember because I forget everything clearly. And 2, I feel like it would be, I feel like that's good content. Like you guys would want to see like, recipes and stuff that you can make on the truck, right? Because everybody can buy this microwave, you know what I mean? Everybody's got most people have a fridge, I feel like that'll be good content. Now I probably won't do like, this is my meal today. And then like, that will be the video. I might just do like, here's my meal today, and then go into a regular vlog, you know what I mean? Like I usually do. Sorry, I'm texting Travis back. I don't want to read that out loud. Compare yours to 13 cents, Ross. You mean my net fuel costs? Is that what you mean? Because I would need more than just net fuel costs. I need to know the miles. I need to know how much you spent on tractor fuel, your tractor fuel discount, how much IFTA, as well as your fuel surcharge. There's a lot of calculations that go into exactly what we pay for fuel. But yeah, I'm gonna need more information than that. What does the trainee make a week? I think the guarantee. What is the guarantee right now? I think it's $700. I think $700 gross. I believe it's $700 gross. I just asked this question earlier, but I'll go over it again. So usually I use my GoPro, which is what I do my webcam stuff on. But I switch between my iPhone 12 Pro Max and my GoPro. So the GoPro, I'll record and edit the videos using my laptop, and I also pay for editing software for my phone. So it's a lot easier sometimes just to record on my phone, throw it in the software, and um, edit that way. Also, I don't know if anybody else has this, but I discovered the super cool thing with my wallpaper. Like if I hold it down, it freaking moves. Oh, not now because it's embarrassing. It won't do it. Oh, my battery's low. Oh, yes, it will. Hold on. So like my freaking wallpaper moves. Like I don't know if anybody else's phone does that, but I thought that was so cool. That's why that's my background. But it plays like a whole video. Like it's so cool. So anyway, yeah, I'm a nerd for stuff like that. Anyway, moving on. My point on fuel saying is if you could save $500 a month, 1 or 2 extra loads a month from going to 65, wouldn't net you more money? So, God, I hate to sound like freaking Prime when I say this. I'm gonna kick myself in the face or later on today. So what's the difference between a guaranteed $500 extra or a chance at $500 extra? The reason why I hated that I said that is because I learned that line from taking the Ace 2 class, and I hated it when she said that. When she told me that, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Like obviously, I'm gonna go make more loads done, you know. But now that I'm actually driving slower, and I'm like, why not both? You know, why not both? Because I've been going slow this whole week for this load. I've been going slow this whole week, and we've been early to all of our loads this week. So why not both? Just a thought. I was right. It was $700 a week. Look who decided to show up. Man, Travis, let me tell you something. You need to upload a video. Because everyone asks me, it's either a recorded video or on my lives, like, hey, where's Travis? So I actually have to pull up your location and be like, Travis is alive. I don't show it, but I'm like, he's alive. But I told you I was gonna start that segment, where's Travis Kinley? Also told him about your embarrassing crossing the Texas state line and actually crossing into New Mexico story earlier today too. So you have that to field through. See, everyone asks where's Travis Kinley all the time. So Travis Kinley's in the house, y'all. He's alive. And see, when Travis joins, now I get severely thrown off on comments again. So now I got to catch back up. Good Lord. Grab boy, what's going on? Good evening. Yeah, good evening, y'all. So that's just the training pay. I mean, you're only in training for please don't text me that. I'm trying to catch up on comments. Training is only 30,000 miles. It's just the training pay. Currently now, you can knock out training in 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks now. So $700 gross weekly. And that's your guarantee. That's not, you have to be able to, like, if you're on a truck or especially a company trainer, excuse me, if your mileage that you do for that week meets 700, then you get 700. But if you exceed the mileage threshold for what that is, and I think it's like 4,500 miles a week, I think it's either 4,500 or 5,000. I don't remember what it was, so please don't quote me. But once you meet that threshold, anything that you earn past that $700 gross is paid to you. So like when I was in training, I got paid more than my gross or my guarantee every single week for the most part. So, $700 gross probably sounds not a lot, but it leads room to get more. You know what I mean? But to each his own. I can't really I'm not a recruiting channel, so I'm not into convincing people to do what you feel is right. Like that's my philosophy. Good Lord, I am so far behind. Give me a second. What miles do you use to calculate break-even point for minimum cents per mile? It depends. So it depends on whether I'm solo or lease. But I do what I am least willing to do. So like when I was solo, I think I calculated at like 1,800 miles. Like I would at least do 1,800 miles as a solo trip, or I should be able to do. If I set the minimum threshold, that way when I exceed it, it's generally more revenue, but that's kind of the baseline that I do to accept loads. So I'll take my that I'm just gonna get way too complicated. Send me an email. It gets way too complicated. I said I'm catching up on comments. Good Lord. I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing. I mean, a counter question would be, who's to say that load is available? Because 9 times out of 10, that load is already pre-planned. If you're going somewhere and you're dropping off a load versus getting pre-planned on it, anything can happen with that load. They can get canceled, rescheduled, brokered out, or put on a team. It's so many different variables. You know what I mean? Now, what I'm saying is, I'm on your side. Like, I completely understand where you're coming from, because the same things that you're asking me is the same things that I asked that lady in Ace 2. And I'm saying that lady, unfortunately, I cannot remember her name, so I don't mean to disrespect her. But, like, the questions that you're asking are the exact same questions I asked her. And to me, it made sense, especially when I was doing 65 and I had the net fuel costs. Like, I could do both. I could get there sooner, deliver sooner, and pick up more loads and save money on fuel. But there's drivers that can't do both. You know what I mean? So it's like, for some drivers, it's either drive fast, more fuel, get loads, or drive slow, save fuel, waste time. But there's not a lot of drivers who can do both. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like this, it's so much stuff. There's so much stuff. My word. As soon as I catch up, oh God. Oop. You know what I did? Fans, you're training on Spanish when pass. It's Travis, new co-driver, female. He just come up for some air. I got that to do with that. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. You know, I'm starting my own campaign for Peterbilt's, but you know, I'm not even gonna start yet. I'm not even gonna start yet. I am catching. I am trying. You know what? First of all, this is Travis's fault for making me try this new software. So let's start with that. This thing just told me that I've been live for 20 minutes. I feel like it has been severely longer than 20 minutes. That's so weird. I'm working on it. It's possible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's possible. It's possible. Absolutely correct. This is absolutely correct. So generally when I accept loads, I don't generally look at cents per mile unless it's absolutely absurd, obviously. But what I the premise that I use when I'm looking at loads is revenue per day. I must make at least the lowest I will take is $650 per day to my truck. That's the absolute lowest I would take on a load. Like, and it doesn't, a full day, like 8 per day, like Monday. Doesn't matter how much I drive Monday. If I'm solo, my truck has to make $650 Monday, $650 Tuesday, $650 Wednesday. Like I do revenue per day. So cents per mile, I only look at cents per mile probably on a quarterly basis to see kind of what my average loads are looking at. But I don't even look at it on a weekly basis. But revenue per day, I do that crap every single day. So absolutely great comment. Good Lord. Oh, I'm not that far behind. Okay, good. I'm curious if you have reached out to the recruiting department about that. Because depending on your experience, you might not have to. I'm not a recruiting channel, so I would suggest reaching out to recruiting. Oh, I guess you already answered that, so I should probably stop running my mouth since I'm so behind. Who else can I ask for when it comes to PSD training in TNT? The training department? I don't know. Like, do you mean like a recommendation? Like who would I recommend you train under? Is that the question? Or like stuff you should or should not be learning? Like I'm probably kind of dumb trying to read these comments right now. So I don't know. Yes, y'all are. Y'all need a campaign. I'm telling y'all. First of all, if we started a Peterbilt campaign, all of us will go broke trying to donate to y'all because y'all suck the life out of Prime. I don't know if y'all knew that. I'm just kidding. I'm not even gonna go there. So I don't need no GoFundMe. Like now, trailer repair. Now it needs to say Prime Trailer Repair Fund because I don't pay for trailer repairs. So that's on Prime. I don't got nothing to do with that. But yeah, for those that are late, this is the reason why I'm broken down. Is I've had 7 breakdowns the past 6 days, 3 separate trailers, all trailer issues. My truck is absolutely fine. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. I could be paying for a Peterbilt. You know what I mean? So like my day could be worse. I could be broke down with the trailer and be broken down with the Peterbilt because they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? So things are looking bright now. I appreciate that, Chris. You made me feel a lot better. Thank you so much. You said yes. I'm assuming it's for like who I would recommend for as a trainer. And if that is the correct way that you're formulating that question, I cannot recommend anyone. Excuse me. Every trailer. Excuse me. Sorry, the soda's crazy. Every trainer has their niche. Like every trainer has their zone that they can train in. So it's hard for me to be like, oh man, you should go to, for instance, like, oh, you should go train under Travis. Travis knows a ton about logs, you know what I mean? Or come train under me. I know a ton of crap about, fueling and, calculating settlements. Or go train under Lyle, who specializes in cursing on his videos. Like it's hard to recommend, like, and that's the reason why I know I'm gonna get slack from Lyle about that. That's the reason why I always tell people, like, who do you recommend to be a trainer? Like, it's hard for me to recommend a trainer because I can recommend people based off of like, like, oh, I think you'll be able to learn a ton from this person. But if they don't match like personality wise, then y'all gonna be looking at me like, oh, why'd you stick me with this guy? You know what I mean? Like, and that's the reason why I tell people, anybody coming to Prime, like, yeah, it sucks to wait for a trainer, but that little survey thing that they do, that 1 through 5 on how you feel about certain topics, Like we as trainers have to take that too. Like every time we come to Prime, we're supposed to update it, but we have to come in and update that once a year. So that way, that system pairs you with someone who answers you similarly, and that's how you're paired with a trainer. So when you come to Prime, who would I recommend? I'd recommend following that little program and answering it to the best of your abilities, because that is who's going to pair you with someone that you likely get along with. You know what I mean? So, learning stuff, dealing with trucking, you can learn that. But the point of TNT is for you to learn the truck and, safely and efficiently operating a truck. That's the goal of TNT. It's not really to give you all the training that you need. Like you're the trucking industry, you're forever learning. I learn every single day. Like today, I learned that if you blow an airbag, just one of them, that the rest of the four won't inflate. And so it's not drivable. So I didn't know that. So you learn stuff every day. Like you don't cram. Like I didn't become Johnson's Logic over. Well, technically I did because I just clicked create an account. But I didn't become as knowledgeable as I am now overnight. Like I've been doing this for 2 years now. Which 2 years I am still a baby in the industry. Like I still don't know jack crap. But I know how to keep my truck, profitable. Like I know how not to be broke. Well, let me not say that. For anybody who is watching this and you feel the need to ask me for money, I am poor. I am broke. Okay. I have zero money. I'm actually a failure of a lease operator. Here at Prime, I just happen to be driving. But that's me. You know what I mean? Like you have to come and learn your own niche. You know what I'm saying? You have to come in and learn your own pattern. So it's hard. That's why it's hard for me to recommend someone, because just because, and vice versa, I can match you somebody up like, oh, you two would get along great. You two get along, but either you can be a terrible learner or that person could be a terrible teacher and you don't learn crap. And guess what? I get those calls, which I gladly take them, obviously, because I love teaching. But also, it's just a compatibility issue, which is the reason for the compatibility test. See, I'll stop talking about me. The compatibility test at Prime. So answer that to the best of your abilities. And I see this is what happens when I start rambling. So we get this question a lot. And honestly, they all do the same job. It's really just driver preference. Like I've had a freight shaker. I've had a freight shaker or a Freightliner and a Volvo. Never driven a Pete. Do I think Volvo is better than freight shaker? Do I think Volvo is better than Freightliner in its own right? And then in other rights, I think Freightliner is better than Volvo. It all comes down to driver preference. I prefer to drive a Volvo. I'm not necessarily saying it's the best thing to drive, because for many reasons, actually, it's really not that many reasons that I wouldn't drive this truck. I love this truck. But here's to say that thing's been open. Someone's been staring at me this whole time. But because I drive a Volvo, like that's what I prefer to drive. You know what I mean? So it's like, which is the best one? It all comes down to driver preference at the end of the day, man. But for sure, Peterbilt should not be in the running, for sure. I mean, and I'll say this too. Like, I've never driven Peterbilt. I've been in a Peterbilt. I'm just a Peterbilt hater, man. Like, I don't even have a reason to hate Peterbilts as much as I do. It started as a joke. Like, I don't know, like last year sometime between, me and a couple drivers. And I kind of just stuck with it. So now I kind of just have to keep it up at this point. So, like, now I can never drive a Peterbilt or I'll be a trader. Like, I hate Peterbilts. It just is what it is. Matter of fact, I know it's around here somewhere too. Sorry, I also need to grab my glasses while I'm up, but I'm not going to do that. So, freaking one of my subscribers bought me a Volvo hat. So it's Volvo gang in the house, you know what I'm saying? So now I have a Volvo hat. So now next time y'all have y'all see driver lineup wear his Peterbilt hat, I'm about to wear my Volvo hat. So next time I see him, obviously I have a gigantic head with all this hair. Nope, that don't work. We'll figure it out with the hat. We'll figure it out. Work in progress. But I'm going to start wearing this hat in my vlogs now because I always watch Driver Lineup with his Peterbilt hat. So I got a hat from one of my subscribers. He sent it to my P.O. box. I thought I was really, really cool with him. I'm not even. I'm not even going to go there. I got this far behind again. Good Lord. Yeah, but when have you seen the Peterbilt outside of the service bay? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm sorry. But I will be at Prime sometime this week. So keep me posted on your progress. Especially if you do in-house, because I will be in Springfield at some point this week or weekend. For sure, I will be there next Monday. And I'll be there, I think, Monday and Tuesday for sure. So keep me posted on your progress. I'm definitely interested to follow you along, buddy. You have to do both. So PSD is the phase that gets you your CDL. I can't even remember what the acronym stands for right now. But it's PSD. So once you attain your CDL, then you enter what's called TNT, which is trainer and trainee, which is you'll come with someone like me, and we go out on the road for 30,000 miles. And I as a trainer, assess and teach you everything I know about operating efficiently and safely a commercial motor vehicle. And you go back and you get your own truck and chuck the deuces. But PSD is a phase that's before you get your CDL, in which it's basically a trainer. Because I'm also a PSD trainer. I'm not doing it in the Volvo. It's not happening. Where I teach you pre-trip, or I don't teach pre-trip. I go over pre-trip with you, and I teach backing maneuvers and road safety for you to attain your CDL, to pass the Missouri commercial vehicle skills test. So that's the difference between PSD and TNT. I'm not even gonna put that on screen. Brad, you might want to get with somebody on that. Unless that thing was closed, you might want to. They're not supposed to be doing that. So Volvo is not an option at Prime at current. Don't be talking about me with the hat, man. Y'all haters. You know what? I think I'm about to start coming out with some merchandise, man. Like I want to start, not really. Well, I guess it can be for you guys too, but it's really for me. Like I like wearing my own stuff. Like so, I have a computer bag with my YouTube stuff on it. I've got a T-shirt. My Prime jacket's got my YouTube name on it. Like I like wearing my own branded stuff. So I'm strongly considering like getting some stuff made, like some stuff with my stuff on it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm considering it, but I will use this $4.99 to buy that hat. Yeah, you can buy the Volvo outside with your own financing. I'm really sad I just finished that. It was so good. So I don't talk politics. I don't know. But I will say you can only really worry about it when it's time for it to be worried about. because now it's not really that time. But I'm not, it's only a handful of people I talk politics with. I just feel like this is certainly not the platform. But if you would like to have a healthy debate about it, please send me an email. I will love to divulge into that. But I don't publicly get political. Oh, I didn't know that. Permanent student driver. Did not know. I've always wondered how the students who had to do 50,000 miles felt about being switched back to 30,000 miles, especially for the ones who upgraded right before they changed it back to 30,000 miles. I've always wondered how they felt, but I see now how one of them feels. Sorry. Yeah, Z is a great pad instructor. I love Z. So usually when I go down to if I go to the terminal and I'm there for a couple of days, I usually go down and help out down on the pad. I'm always Z, D Silva's down there. Who else is the pad trainer? Busy Blake. I catch Busy Blake sometimes when I'm down there. I think Eric is still down there. It's a couple. It's not too many in-house trainers now. I'm not sure. I think they're trying to do away with them, I guess. I don't know. But there's a couple of people that I go down there and work with quite a lot. Yeah, I was talking about this man's shorts on my YouTube the other day. That was super funny. That was super funny. Can we do that? Can we do that? I'm absolutely gonna write off all this crap. You might want to. You know what, Brad? If y'all ever go through a weigh station and it's open, and Prime equipment is equipped, or Prime tractors are equipped with a pre-pass, little plastic black thing. It's got a red, a green. I don't know what the other light is. Excuse me. If that thing ever goes red at a weigh station, make sure you stop. Because if you don't, they will come and stop you. Sometimes, but you don't want them to come and stop you. So if you get pulled into a weigh station, make sure you pull into that weigh station. But obviously, I will sit here and ramble for the entire rest of the night. But I will go ahead and wrap this up. I know it's a heartbreaker, but I want to actually play some video games because I don't know how long we're going to be sitting here. But that is an excellent question, Michael. I am not sure, and I'm also curious to know what's going to happen. Obviously, because I'm a lease operator here at Prime. I kind of, Prime hasn't put anything out, so I can't really say anything what they're going to do. I mean, I don't know. So I'm curious to know as well. But right now, I'm not really going to worry about it unless it passes the Senate. So, yeah, that's. I'm just going to leave it at that. If the Pope has to come chase you down, it ain't gonna be nice. See, and that's what I'm saying. Let me go ahead and wrap this up because obviously, I think I'm about to be here for like 2 hours. Okay, I gotta call Mr. Hoffman first before I get on the game. I need to find that phone again. Actually, I think it's up on my dash. Yes, I will call you first, and then I will get on the game. I mean, I'm not giving. I didn't do that. Did I? I didn't do that. Did I? I'd like to thank everyone for the super chats. I appreciate everyone you guys' support. So we've reached 1,400 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm in the middle of recording a vlog. I'll call you tomorrow. I'm in the middle of recording a vlog. So obviously I'm going to try and get that out whenever we can leave Montana and get to Oregon. So once this trip ends, that video will go out. I've kind of, and I mentioned this in the video too, I've kind of narrowed it down, like my little niche. I'll record a vlog during the trip that I'm doing. So if it's a 1-day trip, it's gonna be a 1-day vlog. If it's a multi-day trip, it's gonna be a multi-day vlog. So I think that's how I'll keep doing it. I didn't know that. You know what? Send me an email. Send me an email. Or yeah, send me an email. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I absolutely will, because I'm leveling a paladin right now. So it's gonna be a rough night for me. Like I always say, thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the subscribe. Thanks for the support. Like I always say, if you're thinking, you guys might as well do it logically. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace.